Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. After once again enjoying all those delights from last month, I'm definitely feeling super satisfied, but I'm also feeling a few pounds heavier once more. So for this month I thought we would balance out our indulgences by returning to a fourth round of videos for junk-free January. For this month of January, we will be making 4 more recipes that will hopefully help aid you in returning to a more balanced diet after all those holiday treats. For this episode, we will be making some protein cheesecake. For this recipe, you will need a cheesecake crust, which you can buy from the store, or if you want to make it homemade, you will need 1 to 2 sleeves of graham crackers, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 1 tablespoon of honey or maple syrup. Then, for the filling, you will need 2 cups of cottage cheese, half cup of high protein yogurt, 2 eggs, a quarter cup more of honey or maple syrup, a third cup or so of protein powder, cornstarch, or all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 to 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and some zest. And if you wish, you may top these with some strawberries or other fresh fruit, jam, or your favorite dessert sauce. You will also need a springform pan and a food processor or blender to blend things up. These ingredients are enough for about 8 to 12 slices, so just as needed. First, we'll pre-bake the crust. So preheat the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, while we wait, line your springform pan with some parchment paper. Next, melt your butter quickly in the microwave, and then place your graham crackers, melted butter, and honey into your food processor, and pulse this until the crackers turn into fine crumbs and it looks like sand. Then, when it's ready, transfer the mixture into the prepared springform pan and gently press it down with your hands, a spoon, or the bottom of a glass. The oven should be done preheating by now, so place the pan into the oven and bake the graham cracker crust for 20 minutes or so. While it's baking, we'll prepare the cheesecake filling, so to your food processor, add the cottage cheese, yogurt, eggs, honey, protein powder, vanilla extract, and lemon juice and zest. Then, process this until it turns smooth and creamy. Once your crust is ready, remove it from the oven and let it cool for a bit while you let the oven preheat up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, pour the cottage cheese mixture over the baked crust. Then, use a spatula to spread it into an even layer. Then give the pan a few taps to remove any trapped air bubbles, and then smooth over the surface. This will help keep your cheesecake from cracking. Then, bake the cheesecake for 40 to 45 minutes, or until it has fully set. Once the cheesecake is fully baked, let it cool to room temperature first. Then refrigerate it for at least 8 hours before serving it with some strawberries or other fresh fruit, jam, or your favorite dessert sauce. And with that, your protein cheesecake is ready to eat. When making these healthy recipes, I always like to emphasize that, when deciding what foods to make and eat, it's important to keep in mind moderation. And part of that moderation comes from making smart ingredient substitutions to make the foods you love better nutritionally without compromising flavor. So for this last junk-free recipe, I wanted to make a high-protein dessert, and I was inspired by the recently viral yogurt Biscoff cheesecake recipe. Though that recipe did claim to be a high-protein cheesecake substitute, I thought that I could make an even more authentic version by substituting cottage cheese and yogurt in for the cream cheese of the normal cheesecake recipe to make my protein cheesecake even more packed full of protein. Normally, a slice of cheesecake is about 600 to 800 calories, but with this version, because of the cottage cheese substitution, as well as the supplemental protein powder and protein yogurt, this one only comes out to around 300 to 400 calories, with about 16 to 20 grams of protein in each slice. Of course, these nutritional values can vary depending on what ingredients you use, such as if you use a pre-made crust or use other biscuits or cookies for the crust, for instance. But regardless of what crust you end up using, or even if you use none at all, This high protein cheesecake is a great way to curb your sweet tooth and indulge in a little guilt free treat while still keeping on track with your New Year's goals. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you want me to make next. Like this video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to or follow this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. This will help keep your cheesecake from cracking. Oops.